going into their final fight.
Final.
Yeah, final
For reals.
fight.
Yeah. For reals.
No, four finals, specifically four finals.
2.0.
Yeah, there's four finals.
4.0 apparently.
Yeah, because they had
for reals
like Lucy, like not they didn't have Lucy. It was the evil demon guy, but then after this demon guy, the true evil guy showed up. There's a demon guy. I forget. I don't
Cares?
know. I cannot. Ooh. Emotional. Damn.
That's a good one.
God damn.
I never heard that one.
God
That was
damn.
new. I love it.
My heart.
I love that one. And this is how we like to start our podcast. Yeah, a lot about nothing.
I have no rebuttal. Stop.
And I have no idea
Delete that
what's
footage.
going on.
That is
Delete that
amazing.
footage.
No, this is going 100% in. That was amazing. I'm crying.
Oh my god.
I'm crying. It was too good. Because he looked genuinely concerned as to who it was. It would be worse if he was like, who? If you put his hand on his chin, like, who? Cares?
God. Just start the game podcast.
Welcome back to Live on Nothing. Oh, the days.
My heart.
Sorry, buddy. What a good start. Big fan.
Critical hit.
Big fan.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I just had to stop you before you went on.
Yeah, I like it. Welcome back to this not dying podcast, apparently.
Thank you.
Go.
As I said.
Yeah.
As I said, I called it.
Right.
Just want to let that be known.
Right. Not dying podcast, where we talk about expensive social topics and we try to have fun here. We try to entertain. We try to do our best to, make your day better. If we do make it better, congrats. If we don't, we also did good.
That's true.
Because it's not our fault. It's not our problem. But thank you for watching A Lot About Nothing. You can find this podcast on YouTube at A Lot About Nothing or A Lot About Pod. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and all your favorite socials at A Lot About Pod. Barely on there because I do most of the stuff, but I try. People love that military clip.
That's pretty great.
It's at like 10.8K views
Nice.
or likes
fun.
for
Great
some
job.
reason on
Just
Instagram, right?
Proud of you.
That's
Thank
pretty good.
you.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like my lowest quality one.
It hit someone's algorithm. Bro.
Yeah.
That's all
I
I'm
think it's because I used the song. Maybe. Yeah.
What song?
I forget what song it was. I think it had Future in it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It was trending
Yeah,
at the time, so I'm like, I'm gonna
probably.
throw this in there.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
Do the trending and you're good.
Yeah. We did all that. Just do all that.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And here in A Lot About Pie, we like to start with music. And you may not hear this music because you're watching this on YouTube, and I cut it about here.
We got budget cuts this year, man.
Now the floor is gonna get
The
sticky.
network just won't pay for it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll have to watch the tactile sensation.
I won't cut it either. I'm leaving all this in.
That's wholesome.
Ooh.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
That was really good. Thank you so
It
much,
was
by
very
the
good.
way.
It was very good.
Yeah, we don't want the floor to get sticky. Yeah, I dropped my Heineken all over the place. Ugh. I should have known.
I'm telling show.
How dare.
But to be fair, it was open for a while. How is it still
I
this
was
busy?
peculiar. I'm telling show.
Yeah. Shell would be like, Chris, you gotta finish your, you gotta put your whole mouth over it. Pause.
Yeah. Just gotta throw
Hey,
it.
it's Pride
man.
Month, bud.
Just gotta throw
Happy
it.
Pride, y'all.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride,
It's
that's
my
true.
month. It's
Indeed.
for me.
It's Rowan's month.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
Yeah. Thanks, Victor.
Yeah, man.
Your greatest friend ever.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Mostly for Edward's floor, not because it'll get sticky. It's still gonna be a little sticky. We'll clean it up later.
I got you, bro. No worries, man.
Victor, bring me back one of those paper towels.
Why, you got some on you?
Yeah, some in my hands.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's in there.
But welcome back to Love About Nothing, where we spill drinks and
Just Chris.
have fun.
I've never spilled a drink.
That's true. Edward has not spilled a drink. I will give you that.
Thank you.
That's all.
For now.
I feel y'all.
That's how you get for free.
I'm working on it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get more.
Speaking of Edward, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm going through a lot of feelings right now, man. I'm gonna lie.
Interesting.
My car kind of broke down recently, man.
Unfortunate.
And,
Tragic.
it was really crappy.
That's tough because you drive a big truck.
I do, and like
So,
a lot of important
yeah.
things are happening right now that
Yeah.
really needs a vehicle. So
Yeah. And then when the
Been
truck
kinda
breaks
going.
down, that's a big deal.
yeah, so kind of going through that is just honestly that's just a major issue. Like period. That's like 50% of all the problems going on. After that, everything else is just like a lot of work is happening, but again, with a truck, can't access the work. So that's a problem. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Damn.
I love you. Thank you.
So what's something good that's been going on?
There's a lot of work, which is good. Like it's good work. Like there's opportunity work.
I see.
Like,
Hey, he's starting to sound like me.
yeah.
Fool. I rubbed off on you.
But damn. But that's good. But no, we my mom was just telling you earlier, dude, we have like certain centers and groups in the city are now able to work with us for our primetime program. And so now we're able to get our writing workshop, art workshop, publishing workshop.
Big wigs.
Program. So
That's awesome.
pretty
Big
Congrats.
I'm very excited. Like it's been going well, man.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like the progress, it's good. It's good. So it literally started this week, actually. Today, we did one of our first courses, and the kids are already awesome. And
Fire.
man, it's great, dude. I'm very excited about it, y'all. So the
I
good
love
things-
that for you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Very positive. Nothing but great vibes.
Samesies. Victor.
Hold on. Hello. I'm back.
K pasta.
I am back from Dallas.
I'm glad that you're back, brother.
Welcome back.
Thank
I
you.
know
thank
it's
you.
hot as hell.
It was pretty hot. I walked out of the airport and I was like, this is bullshit. Like, this is just like Florida.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can see the dead grass from the plane.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it was a weekend trip. Pretty fun. Dallas is an interesting city. The part of the city I was in was not,
Sketch.
it's kind of sketch.
So see
Sorry.
wussy.
It's all right.
It's very Texas.
Also, very Texas, but a lot of fun. Went out one night with the roomie. He's a young blood, so he's like 22.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, baby. We ended up at this place that was quite. How do we describe this?
CD?
Quite ghetto.
Oh. Oh.
That sounds
yeah.
really fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had a great time, but
He's like, no, I'm right at home, actually.
young blood was like,
Yeah.
Oh.
He's looking left or right.
Well, he's-
boy.
he's like, he's white,
Yeah.
Oh.
but
Didn't know
this
how
was
to
like
act.
very southern Dallas ghetto.
He don't understand.
He knew a little bit.
Okay.
He's young enough to where that whole culture has been taken. So.
I see.
You've seen it, yeah.
But no, otherwise good times.
America.
Came back, a lot of work.
Sorry.
I actually had to
Lot of
work
work.
from home yesterday because I woke up with a inflamed eye.
Yeesh.
You can see the remnants of it. It was
Oh, it is a bit.
it was just a sty.
Like in the lid?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a
Throw me, that
sty.
is actually a COVID symptom now.
That happened to me.
My
that
God,
happened to
it's
me
over.
before COVID,
It's
and I think
over.
it'll keep happening.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
It happened on this eye way before COVID too.
Yeah.
It's a vid.
That happens to
It's
me
over
sometimes too. Yeah.
But
I'll tell you if my eye starts
bacteria.
twitching.
that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that,
As you can see.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm glad that you're here, Victor.
Blessings.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
it is not terrible.
If you're watching this on YouTube, or if you listen to it, you may have heard a sultry voice that you haven't heard on this podcast before.
Oh, is that?
And I want you to understand it's a very beautiful voice.
Sultry.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Very nice. Very what's what I'm looking for? Very unique. Very
you can
not
just
your
keep
average.
talking. That's great.
I
I'm
will.
living.
I
Thank
will.
you so much.
I will. We have my beautiful friend and wife. Baby girl, if you're listening, I'm going to explain.
Oh yeah, please. I am no competition at all. I
I'm going to
promise. No, this is platonic with a capital P. This is a
Alright.
marriage of convenience.
Yes.
I promise.
Yes.
Oh, she's a green card
Yeah.
maximum.
Yeah.
Green card.
This was a marriage to
That's
keep
it.
me safe at a gas station. I promise.
Yeah.
Only that.
It's a lore-backed marriage.
Yes,
Don't worry.
There's a story behind it. Hold on. I know I told you I wasn't married before.
We ain't got no kids.
All right, no kids.
There's no
Yes, okay,
paperwork
so
has
yeah.
been signed.
Well, the kids we do have don't talk to us.
Yeah. We don't talk about that.
It was a rough pass. It was a rough pass, guys. But they're past that now. Okay.
Yeah.
Those friends out.
We can afford boarding school, and that's
Welcome, my
that's
beautiful
great.
friend Rowan.
Hi.
Rowan.
Happy to be here.
Rowan, do you want to tell the story of how you ended up my wife?
Oh my God, really? Okay.
I feel like I always tell it, but maybe you should tell it this time.
Okay, so once upon a time, we were at a gas station and we were just killing time because the restaurant we wanted to go to just wasn't open yet. Oh, why are we pushing it that far?
Talk into it.
No. You can push it the other way. You just need you to be closer to.
Oh, goodness.
That's good. You're good. That's
Okay,
good, yeah.
as if my
that's
voice
perfect.
doesn't carry.
Yeah.
So we're at a gas station just killing time, and I thought Cress walked into the gas station. And I'm just filling up my car, and this guy comes up to me, and he has like the classic scam of like, oh, like, can I please like have some money for gas, or like, like when you're done, can I just like top off my car a little
Sketchy
bit?
character.
Yeah, just like very sketchy, very seedy. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. And he's like, please, like, it's just a couple dollars. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I'm using my my husband's card. And he's like, please. And I didn't know Cress was still in the car. So Cress comes around and he's just like, hey, honey, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And this guy, he was white and he was, very seedy. And he like looks at Cress and he just like starts stammering and like stumbling. He's just like, And
I'm just like, nah, we good, bro.
yeah, and he walks away. And so like, but the way like Cress like walked around the corner, he had like a little swagger in his step. And he was just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And
Okay. Just
the
had to do what you had to
guy
do.
the guy leaves. And so when the guy leaves, like he kind of like leans his hip against the trunk of my car, and I have an SUV, and he's just like, so husband Todd. I'm like, I guess so.
And from then on, we were betrothed.
Like I said, marriage of
fair.
convenience.
Yes, it was indeed a very convenience, of which I am proud.
Yes.
Fair.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone probably has a really hilarious story about trying to get away and bar yourself from random gas station encounters.
Yes. Yes. Those are very creepy. Gentlemen, don't ever approach women at the gas station.
Hell no.
In fact, don't approach women when they're near their car.
That's
Yeah.
just not not the time.
Don't give me the opportunity to run you over.
No,
that's just
that
not
is the
the
wrong
time,
time to
guys.
approach, no matter what it is. Unless she left her purse on the ground and you found it and you gave it to her in a very safe manner, do not approach
Even
women.
then, don't look at me when you give it back to me. Don't make eye contact.
Please, I believe this.
Like, get on your knees and just like lift it up above your head and then just waddle away. Don't look at me.
My leash.
Please. I found your
Please take
container.
this.
I'm dead.
Yes. But yes, that is how that happened.
How are you, Chris?
Oh, man. Y'all didn't even think about that.
was-
Thank you, Victorino.
That wasn't fair. That whole
Rowan, there's
story
a thing
going on.
here
That
where
whole story.
Trey usually forgets to ask me how I'm doing.
That's incredibly rude. How many
Right.
episodes do you guys have?
125 now.
125 times
but-
you've dropped the ball.
No, not every time.
No, not every time. Often he does, but he's been doing better. Yeah.
This time totally does not count.
Yeah.
Y'all were telling us.
Yeah, this time doesn't count.
I was still giggling at the
Yeah.
hilarity of literally everyone having like horrible gas station
You're fine.
experiences.
You're fine this time. It's a pass.
Victor like intercepted the hell out of that.
Damn, his friendship is that paper thin to you?
Yeah.
That one story makes you forget about it?
It's crazy, right?
It's crazy.
Like all the shit,
That's
like all the shit I've been doing.
incredibly sad. I'm so sorry. You could do so much better.
What are all of these? What is the topic today, Chris?
You know what? We have to talk about
What is the
friendship.
topic?
Sometimes we have to sit down and have an intervention.
God damn.
I gotta get you in shape. This is
Guys, please. I'm
But
trying.
thank you, Victor. I am doing well. I'm thinking about switching jobs because, money. Not really for entertainment, convenience or anything. Like, I hate my job, but I need money. Florida's very expensive.
Oh,
Feel
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah. And I'm thinking remote this time, just in case I need to, leave and get the heck out of Dodge.
Take me with you.
Yeah. Because DeSantis is wilding out.
Bruh. So when are we making the commune, bro? Listen, it's all good. Like 3 acres each.
I don't
put
know.
it as one
We'll figure
giant
it out.
chunk of land, right? We each can live happily.
I mean, it's not dystopian just yet. Not far off.
Doesn't even
Not
you
far
just build
off.
a house on an acre and you have plenty of land solo. So
I
if
need
we-
more space than that.
If
Yeah.
that's true, I do like more space. But if we all join forces together, my friend, we can create a land unlike any other. We can lead to the prosperity of our families.
You sound like a sleazy elf trying to like sell me.
And we can join our house.
We can join our houses, and with our might combined,
My good sir, I promise.
I promise you.
This salve will solve all your problems.
You're not trustworthy at all, dog. You're very untrustworthy elf.
All right. Sorry, it was the accent.
But yeah, think about switching jobs. We'll see how that goes. I might even just switch careers.
Oh,
Hey.
Just get into
Oh.
something more.
I'll become an influencer, bro.
Like I love IT, but I don't really. Part of me doesn't really care to get into like any upper echelon of IT. Maybe I could do like a cloud class. Cloud engineering is cool. We'll see. Maybe I could try to learn security. Security's pretty cool too.
I think you can do anything.
Thank you. I appreciate the encouragement.
You know what pays well?
So
Salesforce engineer.
Really?
Oh my god.
Salesforce always has openings.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Anybody that's as like certified or took all like the Salesforce classes
Yeah.
can like build out Salesforce infrastructure network.
Yeah.
You'll always have a job.
Really? Interesting.
You'll always have a job.
Yeah, Salesforce is pretty huge.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, I'll think about that. But yeah, besides that, things are fine. I developed a different intro to the documentary. I'll
Okay.
show you later.
please.
I developed a different intro, and now I'm working on the parade portion. So I set it up in different portions. There's the intro, the parade, the fight, the people, and the why. So I set it up in all those different,
Like chapters. or
Yeah.
sections, yeah.
and I'll put that together. So right now I'm working on the parade, and I did the intro. So I'll show you later. See, just tell me what you think.
I'm intrigued.
Because I'd like to finish it this year, please. If my body and my mind will let me.
You can do it.
Thank you.
Support.
But yeah, after that, just living life, man. Just trying to survive out here in these streets. I'm going to a comedy show this weekend. This will be fun.
A comedy show? Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Where at?
It's in Miami Improv.
Okay. Yeah, because the West Palm one is
West
dying.
Palm's done. Dead.
Really?
Dunzo.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I heard actually it's going out. Oh, man.
The AMC is gone. Improv. That whole area.
That whole area is getting
Gone. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. They bought it up.
How do you gentrify the AMC movie theater?
Ironically, like this.
How do you gentrify the improv?
Aren't they going to put like businesses there or something like that? Offices or some shit?
I don't know.
There's a wild amount of building projects going on right now on the coast, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot, like just downtown Atlantic Avenue. All down Atlantic, there's a lot of building projects going on. And
Yeah.
of course, all along the coast and within all the historic neighborhoods that have been going on. Not just like the redlined areas, but also literally all the suburbs as well. Even like the golf course is up for like hot debate as like new residential areas. If you guys are coming on like Congress and Atlantic on like the northwest side, there's a huge new like apartment complex. I know you had to think about it, so sorry. But first and foremost, how do you guys feel about like the new architectural pattern of like all white building with like blue or gray
Gross.
aesthetic?
What do you mean?
Disgusting.
The modern look
Like,
is so nasty
it is-
sauce.
It's really freaky.
Bro,
for
go
me.
to Spain. You'll see shit way more character.
It's really freaky for me.
I don't know
'cause
why they
all of
stopped
them-
that.
All of them are like, yeah, we love Florida. We love the passion and culture and this and that. And then they give us like the most basic
Boring.
looking office building.
Boring.
And they're like, this is beautiful. This is
Gross. It's the most basic office building, basic house,
there's no
most
character.
basic apartment. If you
Yeah.
see the houses they're building in Delray, the squares,
every single one.
they're just
dude.
giant
A lot of
squares.
the newer ones.
and they're $2 million.
They're printer houses.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
printer houses.
It's usually how those property development companies do it, like Lennar. It's all
Yeah,
printer.
Lennar, yeah.
It's all printer houses.
Yep.
They paid like one architect like $20. And they're like, all right, this works.
I like the blocks you got going on here, but if you move this block, second design,
Yeah.
excellent.
Speaking of Lennar,
Let's
they
do
had
it.
some condos that they just made near my house. I was looking at, and they're like, they started the lowest is like 300 something K, 340K or some shit.
Yep.
So
Oh no, dude! They
Not
got
affordable
some,
to me.
They got some fresh houses on lines that are starting in the low 900s.
nice.
Don't worry about
What
it.
a bargain.
I love
Bargain.
living in Florida,
Low
man.
900s.
yeah.
That's
Come on.
so affordable.
And they say
oh
we
my
don't want
God.
to. We don't want to buy houses.
Yes, that's the low
Yeah.
900. Oh my god,
Well, West Delray has
there is
been
building on now.
Ever since they started building that out, the property value there.
Oh, yeah, the big plaza and everything. That, yeah.
They're really just they're doing this so they could raise the property tax on these new.
Of course.
Yeah, this is a real adult conversation.
It's mid-stage redlining, and I want people to understand that this is not end game. This is like
The beginning.
this is like middle stage, maybe early middle stage.
Yeah, it's like Age of Ultron.
Like
Age
literally,
of
like,
Ultron.
This is advanced white supremacy right here.
this is advanced supremacy. But like, no, I mean, like,
mid-stage Marvel. Age of Ultron.
Yeah. Yeah.
but like facts though, like weirdly, why is that so relevant? But like facts actually, like it's the mid stage. Like Redline was like that at the start. We're seeing now that all of the places that were forced to be like directly next to all of our major commercial zones, like they can't buy out mansions and people have been living in mansions to build up new, like that's not happening. They can only buy out places that are able to be bought out.
Yeah.
Seems to be all the low to middle income real estate area.
Yeah. It's like my neighborhood, my mom's neighborhood.
It's all of the areas that sadly many minority communities have been living in for like
Decades.
100 years. You know, like
Where we've been pushed into,
and we're literally told
we've
to move
been
in,
herded
pushed
into like cattle,
killed
and
into, like, everything.
now here it comes,
and it's happening. There's nowhere else to expand.
No.
You know, so
It's all nasty sauce. Yeah.
my God.
Let's get to something nice, like Rowan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I'm not always nice.
Yeah. Only today.
Yeah.
Only
That's
today.
I'll behave.
Yeah,
That's
Behave.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Maybe.
Today we're doing the very first Friendterview.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm the first friend to
Yeah, your very first
Aw,
Friendterview.
Wow,
I
that's a
feel
thing, okay.
special.
I want to argue that Andre was kind of a
It definitely
Friendterview.
was.
Well,
Friendterview.
But-
thanks for taking away my value.
No,
there.
no.
Saw the whole thing. I'm
It
so
wasn't
sad about it.
officially a Friendterview.
Definitely was.
No, it wasn't.
I mean,
Well, we just talked about, he was an artist and we talked about art. So he just gave us his insight
Okay,
on art more than
alright. I can
more than
take
himself.
that.
Yeah.
I wonder where the.
Hmm?
I think he moved.
Did he?
I think so.
I mean,
We have to find out.
yeah, no, I
Andre,
gotta find
come
out.
back.
We're gonna find
Yeah,
out.
Andre gotta come
Why,
back.
man? We love you, bro.
Today we're doing a Friendterview with Rowan. And Rowan, I just want to dig into your world here. Dig into your mind,
Okay.
your soul.
God, that's a dark
No, I'm
place.
joking.
I'm so
Intense.
sorry.
I thought I was into
Viewer discretion and listening advised.
Yeah, for sure.
Which means show this to your kids.
Oh my God.
Can I curse on this
You can do whatever you
podcast?
want.
Yeah.
Fuck them kids.
Oh my God.
You heard of fucking kids. You be
Honestly,
tripping, though.
in this economy, like I feel you.
Reproduction in
Yeah.
this economy,
this
in this evangelical hellscape.
You know,
In this state where my reproductive rights are being yanked away every
Right.
day.
Right.
Oh, no thanks.
Yeah. Agreed.
kind of wildin'.
Rowan, your name wasn't always Rowan.
No, and we won't say my dead name.
No, we won't say
We
your
won't.
dead name. What made you choose the name Rowan?
It was one of the first names that like floated up into my consciousness. It just felt right, but also like I took some inspirations. Originally, I had like a long list of what apparently is the most typical name choice for like non-binary folk. One of the names is like Raven, just like a lot of nature inspired names. So I wanted something that was gender neutral, as I'm non-binary. But part of the inspiration was a couple of like characters that had the name Rowan. One of them is Rowan Pope from the show Scandal. So if you've ever watched Scandal,
Never watched.
he's a villain character.
Nice.
And long story short, he
Oh,
like
you said wait, Scandal? Like with
Scandal.
Olivia
Yes,
Pope?
yes, her dad, Rowan.
Banger. That man is a
Dude,
hero.
he
My
the
God.
monologues he gives so sick, and like the fact that he like controls the entire country as a black man. I'm just like, go off, man.
Because listen, the whole time you're like, oh, Olivia Pope, this is great. Representation very strong. And then, no. Where'd she learn this from?
From
and you see, you're like, oh,
Popes,
this man.
from Rowan Pope,
Thing
bro.
going in. I'll tell you right now, man. I was seeing that show. I was like, we're here. Like this.
Wait,
is
with
amazing.
Kerry Washington?
Yes.
Oh, I never
Bro,
watched Scandal. Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah.
Oh man, it's really good. It gets
listen.
really convoluted, really weird, but like it has its moments, and you can just like look up some of the best moments of Scandal, and like you'll be set. Like if
The
you don't want to
moments
put
are
in the
good.
emotional effort,
sure.
just
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
that.
All right,
Sure,
bet.
Like
Look
for the
up-
writing is it's worth. Just look at the moments, like you said.
Yeah, especially like Rowan Pope's or like Eli Pope's monologues. Like his monologues
Yeah.
are so sick, and even like the actor, I forgot his name unfortunately, but like he gives really excellent speeches.
Nice.
Like he's a very strong character. He's a villain. He has like some emotionally weak moments too. Like Shonda Rhimes.
Shonda.
She's an amazing writer.
Joe Morton.
Yes,
That's
Joe
his
Morton.
name.
Oh my God, yes. I can't believe I forgot his name.
Nope, you're good. I feel you.
Tragic. I'm awful. So sorry, sir.
No, he was killing it. Oh my God.
But
No,
yeah, so it
Shonda's
felt right, and
Yeah.
like I'm somebody who likes darker characters, and I thought like it pays homage to some of my darker tastes, but it just also Rowan it floated up and it felt right, and so it made the short list, and I was just like, I don't know why I even made a list. This was the first one that came to mind.
I can't see you as anything else now.
I know, right?
Because people, when you tell them your name, it grows on you, and then it starts to fit them.
That's all I've ever known you as. I don't even know what else to.
So it's difficult to even change the name, even if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Occasionally I flirt with the idea of like maybe I want to change my name again, but like I don't know. I've kind of built my brand. Unfortunately though, I did pick a name that my mother cannot pronounce.
Right.
So if you are Latin of any variety, make sure you pick something that your mom can say. Otherwise, she will dead name you, or she'll call you not your name. For example, sometimes she'll call me Ryan or La Ruin, and I'm like, Mom, please. She's like, I can't pronounce Rowan, and so she just dead names me. She's like, I pushed you out. I'm like, whatever, Mom.
But that's
fine.
so blessed that she's trying.
She tried.
Yeah.
Past tense, tried.
It's done.
Yeah, I'm not gonna force her.
It's done.
Everyone else though, you don't have an excuse if you're family and you're watching this.
What variety of Latin
I notice
are you?
every time.
What variety of Latin are you?
So my mother is Mexican, and on her mother's side, she's indigenous / mestizo, and her father is American. And then my father, he is Peruvian and of the Incan variety. He's also mestizo,
That's
which
very
is
interesting.
mixed with Spaniard.
That's very interesting because at my job not too long ago, maybe like a couple weeks ago, we had when DeSantis had fucked things up for migrant workers.
It's another Tuesday or something, right?
Yeah. A lot of them had come in getting passports for their kids who were born here, who are citizens, which they're trying to repeal, which is fucked up.
Yep.
But
What?
yeah,
Oh, I love this country. What
Yeah.
a great place to be in.
yeah.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
a lot of them try to get passports for their children, just in case they have to leave.
Yes.
But they don't speak Spanish. They actually speak like
Mayan.
Mayan language, yeah.
Yeah, a lot
And
of
a lot of our-
Guatemalan people or people
Yeah.
from like the Yucatan Peninsula
Yes,
of
there are
Mexico.
a lot of
They don't speak
Guatemalan.
Spanish.
Yes, they don't speak Spanish, and all of our Spanish speakers, which is pretty mostly the whole passport team, struggled to understand them. And some of them spoke a little bit of Spanish, but they would have to use those hand signals, or you'd have to like point.
Yes.
And no one could really get everything together because they didn't understand, and that was so weird to me. Because I'm like, oh man, they don't speak Spanish. It's like some weird
Well, it's
Mayan
because
dialect.
they're indigenous. They weren't.
Yeah.
I mean, they were colonized, but like they weren't colonized that much. So therefore, there's like entire Guatemalan Mayan communities that they're either trilingual or they only speak Mayan.
Yeah, it was really weird to see them having a tough time because like the people over there, they're all the variety of people in Green Acres is mostly Spanish, Black, sprinkled some Caucasian in there. Like the mayor is Spanish. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, the mayor is Spanish. He's actually leaving. He's going to be a councilman for Palm Beach County.
Interesting.
Yeah. But that was interesting. Rowan, you've switched your profession a couple times now.
Yeah. Shout out ADHD.
Yeah. What are you doing now?
So I'm currently in cosmetology school. I made the switch from the legal career or legal profession. Previously, I was working for my local bar association as an event coordinator. Previously, before that, I was a paralegal and I was studying to take the LSAT to become an immigration and human rights lawyer. But I found that the legal career just wasn't for me. Those student loans are very scary. At bare minimum, I was looking at 60 to 200K worth of student loans. And I was just like, I would like some generational wealth, please. I would like to break out of generational poverty. Let me not do that.
Yeah. We're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying our hardest, but they're not making it easy, are they?
No, so I did like a very interesting hard left pivot and just went to I went to beauty school. I'm in beauty school, y'all. That's insane. I thought I would be in law school right now. Psych, it's beauty school.
But you're beautiful, so it's working.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's working. How do you feel your life has progressed from like a year ago?
If you
Without COVID.
oh yeah.
Besides
Ignoring
COVID.
the whole like pesky pandemic. You know. If you asked me a year ago,
annoying little thing, you know.
yeah, that was just like a small blip in human history.
Yeah,
it had no long-term consequences on the major psyche of the rest of this country.
Only a couple of years. It wasn't that long.
It was like a cold.
Grand
Didn't
scheme of
exist.
things. We just. But sorry, continue. Continue.
Into the mic, Edward.
Sorry.
So as I was saying, can you repeat the question? I apologize.
How's your life has changed from a year ago?
Well, a year ago, I was working for my local bar association doing serious event planning businesses. And now I'm in beauty school. It's a very extreme change, but I'm doing a lot better in some aspects. Like that job was very draining, very, I worked for a nonprofit, and while the benefits were great, the pay wasn't as great. And when you work for a nonprofit, they try to get their money's worth because they are a charity after all, even though they want you to work poverty wages. So to go from that to this, it's a huge change, and it's all positive changes. Like that job gave me burnout and recovering from last year's burnout still.
Agreed. I understand.
Sorry to go negative, but like
No,
that's real. Don't ever work for a nonprofit if you can help it.
It was pretty adulting. I mean, that's the struggles, man. You know, what are you going to do on that? Like
we're gonna talking to the mic.
Sorry, works hard, paying is hard, man. Like that's the real struggle.
Yeah, and like there was some emotional payoff because I was doing some philanthropic work with that. Like there were some changes in the community that I was able to help enact through my job, like doing a lot of liaison work for like groups that were doing a lot of fundraising for a lot of charities.
For sure.
But it's like, at what point do I have to start signing up for those charities to afford to work there?
No, I'll tell you that right now. Like nonprofits like that ends up being like a lot of the issue. Like unless you're going to end up being one of like the managers or like main directors, coordinators, whatever, it's going to be hard to really make it your career.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and it ends up being, if you're in any other like lower positions, then make it a few years of your time, and then go on to something else. Learn the skills needed. You know, get the experience. All right, move on to something else.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a term that I recently learned, and it's an aptly coined term that's called the nonprofit industrial complex.
What the fuck?
No. It's a thing. It's a thing. No, when you look into it, it's so nefarious. And I'm just like, wow, I've actually witnessed this like from within. The nonprofit industrial complex is real. I'm not sober enough to really go into detail here, but Google's free. Google is free, and it's real. As somebody who worked within a nonprofit, it's a real thing, and it voices everything that I thought was really weird from working within, because a lot of the people that I encountered working in other nonprofits, those who can afford to work there long term, they already came from wealth. And so it's not members of the community that actually get to work within nonprofits long term and actually enact the change that's needed within their communities. It is people of higher class status that are dictating what those in lower class and that need those nonprofit services get.
I see.
They structure it according to what they see fit when they are not a part of that class. They don't actually understand what people need. So the nonprofit industrial complex is a thing. And then there's like tinfoil hat, like CIA type, like infiltration stuff. But no, I think it applies. It applies.
Yeah. That's interesting. I like that. One time we went to the Breakers though.
Oh yeah.
That was nice.
Benefits of the job. We spent like $9,000 in champagne that day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
Wild.
shit took a bottle.
Wild.
That's a lot. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, what are you guys doing over there?
We're Googling what you talk about.
Nonprofit industrial complex.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
You're good. God, that's so great. Now, as your character has grown and changed,
Okay.
what are some pet peeves you've developed?
Surprisingly, I've become a germaphobe. So whenever I see people like do like unsanitary things, like I get very annoyed. Also like time punctuality things. Like granted, like, you know, we're all brown or brownish here. So like time is just, it's a suggestion for us.
A concept, if you will.
But like, I don't know. I feel like there's an appropriate window of time to be like late for things. And then there's just like rude.
Listen, we had
No, this is a direct shout out to some of our friends.
It is. No.
I don't mean to shout. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
We had it.
We had this conversation with another guest.
We were talking.
And you were wilding out.
No, it's not wilding out, man. No, it was. I said a reasonable time.
Reasonable, he says.
Right. I think I said like what, 15 or like
no.
Was it 30 minutes?
Super
I said 30 minutes, right? What did I say? I gotta go back.
Nice. beautiful.
All right,
I
I'll
love
go
that.
back. I'll say maybe I said 30 minutes. I know I didn't say an hour. That's wild.
Right.
But I know I said maybe 30 minutes.
You said 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is trifling.
I don't think 30 minutes is
because your girl
that
sat there
horrible.
and said, "I'm always late,"
Bro,
and you like, "That's cool."
No.
I told her it was a character flaw.
No.
Trifling.
Listen.
Super
Not
trifling.
always. That's a problem.
Yeah.
30 minutes on it might happen. I have
Disrespectful.
patience for that. Is
Right.
what I mean.
Disrespectful.
I don't think
Absolutely
the person's
disrespectful.
horrible.
Right.
If
but if it's habitual, disrespectful.
if it's habitual, yes, that's a problem.
If it's
Because,
a one-time
What's the
thing-
context though?
if you're
that matters.
The context was hey, if you're dating someone and they're late,
That's
how late?
different.
We
And
said
also,
the
I believe I
first date.
listened to that episode.
we also said the first date.
The first date though, first date only because sometimes there's problems and sometimes you want to plan for things and you think you're planning, something might go wrong. It freaks them out.
We
Existential
said-
anxiety. I'm okay being patient for that.
Right.
But you gotta explain why you're 30 minutes late.
Yeah, give a courtesy. Be like, hey, sorry, my eyeliner. For
Yeah.
example, I've said this to people hey, my eyeliner's just not working with me. I'm not leaving this
Yeah,
house until
you
it's
know,
right. I might be 15 to 30 minutes late. I'm so
sure.
sorry.
I agree where they were like, no. If they don't say anything though.
Yeah, absolutely
and
not.
it's
That's just
been,
playing games.
30 minutes and you're sitting there and you're just at your table.
If you guys are interested in that argument, that was episode 112.
That was
Go back and watch that
I
episode.
feel that. And I was no, I would be very frustrated and annoyed as well. I'd be all right, I'm heading out. I'm going home. I'm not paying for anything. And
Yeah.
I'm deuces. I'm
I
good.
said I was
No,
out.
it's psychological
Yeah.
warfare. You don't do that to somebody who is trying to get to know you.
Right.
Yeah, that's rough. You know, you have to know that the other person was planning for this. Is there at the time.
You gave him way more blessings than was needed. I said, nah.
Yeah,
would've
habitually, that's wrong.
Facts.
It
Been
can't
gone.
be a thing. 30 minutes, no. 15, 10 this is getting better, I think. But 30 is way too far.
we could talk business at 15 at the max.
10 to 15 with a reason.
30 to me is the extent of my patience for
Right.
all right,
Got more
hey, man,
patience.
Because I made
probably gonna
reservations
go
at this
home.
nice
if
restaurant.
it's not working. Yeah.
15-minute grace period.
Right. My reso's
That's
gone.
it. Yeah.
And then there has to be communication there. You know,
feel
if they're
me?
late after 15, you gotta be
And sometimes you can't even change the reso because now that your
So,
time
yeah,
slot might be
yeah.
taken up
Yep.
by
depending
another
on the spot.
person.
Depending on the spot, yeah.
Oh, y'all are so sweet. You do reservations.
Then of course.
It works.
Damn, I'm
Depending on the
low
spot.
maintenance.
No, depends on the
I'm
spot.
cheap.
Depends
Nah,
on the
it
spot.
depends on the spot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and remember this if you're doing a place with a reservation, you're going for the experience. So
Right.
it's not I'll say I'm cheap, but I know that sometimes I want to have the experience. So
Right.
we will plan for that and be
Okay.
cheap in between. All right, let's ball out and treat ourselves. You know,
Okay,
we have this
okay.
ball and date, and we're oh crap, it's reservation only. It's reservation only. That's the spot. Thank you. When we went to when he took us to Hard Rock, and I was I've never been to this. He was
oh, the
"No,
Korean place? I was like, yeah.
Flames.
We need
Had to make
rezos.
sure your reservation.
Yeah, we need rezos. Y'all need to dress up.
Have to. You don't have a choice, man. So that was hype. That was a good experience.
But yeah, you've developed some pet peeves, including germs and or people being untimely.
Yeah.
I feel that germophobia
Yeah.
one. I'm strong. on the
Oh my
germophobia
god!
one.
And I can't. I don't know. So we're gonna ADHD squirrel for a second. I recently learned that there are people in my school that just do not wash their hands after the bathroom.
This was
people
last episode we talked about this shit.
At my
They
job.
are
At my job.
estheticians. They touch people's faces.
Nasty business.
I'm I hope they go wash their hands in the esthetician room or something. I don't know.
Nope.
I've watched customers come in, not customers, but people come in
Right.
Yep.
to the bathroom,
Yep.
pee, walk right the fuck out.
I've
Did I
heard-
ever
listen,
tell? I'm so
why do-
sorry to
why?
interrupt. Did I ever tell you about the time I used the men's restroom last year? And I
No.
asked the. Okay. So I had to use the men's restroom last year because the women's restroom there was just too much going on. I had to go. Some girl was fighting for her life in that stall. I had to give her privacy.
She's
Okay,
exercising a demon.
she was going through something.
Oh God, powering up. Okay,
This poor Walgreens
Hey.
in Tampa. Oh God.
Yeah.
going
So
Super Saiyan.
I go into the men's restroom because, it's a toilet. I gotta go. I'm in the stall for 5-10 minutes or so. And all of a sudden the men's restroom just becomes super busy. I hear man after man use the restroom or use the urinal. And the noises that I hear come out of y'all when you're just standing up to pee is ungodly. Okay. So there was multiple men who they were pissing, they were moaning, they were farting, they were groaning and burping.
That's
all
burping.
at once, and I'm just silently minding my business in the stall, trying not to make a noise because I don't want to freak these men out. There's a woman looking person in the stall next to them, And I count multiple men. None of them, two of them washed their hands. Like, I think one or two of them just like put their hands under the water and then like did a little shake.
And then dried it
I
off.
never want to touch a man's hand ever again.
Yeah.
Like going back to the legal job that I had where I had to like shake hands with men was torture for me. I couldn't do it. Like I would keep my hands like behind my back when meeting new attorneys. I'm like, hi sir, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming. Right. I just would keep my hands behind my back. I didn't want to touch them. Yeah. Men are so nasty. Y'all are so nasty.
No,
I'm so sorry.
I agree 1,000%. Like I'll tell you right now. I forget when I learned it, but like I had a realization and I was just like, every man I've ever met holds his dick.
Yes.
Every one of them. Like they have to pull it out.
Yeah.
They gotta pee.
Yeah.
Like they're not pissing in their pants. They gotta whip it out.
They gotta beat the meat. Yeah.
They gotta do it.
Yeah.
And then I've gone to the bathroom play. I love washing my hands.
Thank God.
Feels good to wash my hands.
Yeah.
And
King shit right there. Thank you.
I see them walk
soap,
in.
by the way.
With soap.
They touch the handle to open the stall, use the bathroom, get out, and close the stall, walk out the door. They have to hold the handle to walk out the door. What are you doing? What are you doing right
There's
now?
a reason
Sir,
why.
I use paper towel. I carry paper towel with me everywhere. I use paper towel at the gas pumps. I always have a rolled paper towel in my car.
I respect you.
I have to do it. Guys, let me just food for thought, guys. How many people do you think maybe touch the gas pump before you? Just give a roundabout number. Then guess how many might be men. I don't know. Let's say it's a 50-50
20
chance.
times that.
20 times that.
Yeah.
Do you think that they cared what they were touching? What are they doing in the car?
They don't.
Were they picking their nose in the car?
I keep hand sanitizer in the car.
Were they doing it?
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I keep hand sanitizer on me all
Everywhere.
times.
I have hand sanitizer at any location where I will spend more than like 30 minutes. I have hand sanitizer like stationed there.
Yeah.
Studio, car, here, my room, kitchen, at the at work, in different rooms at work. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
In every form, from spray to foam to liquid to I got them all.
I'm calling Cap because I don't see any Captain America branded hand sanitizer in the Steve Rogers corner. Thank you.
That's my dad. I can't hell no. My dad is the huge Steve Rogers.
All right, well, we got to get him some Captain America hand sanitizer.
That's America's sanitizer.
This is the virginity corner, and it's very sacred.
But same as the job.
Yeah.
My job, I hear these fucking sales dudes walking on their phones, fucking use the bathroom and then walk out. I'm like, I ain't hear no sing.
Yeah, dog.
Huh?
I didn't hear no soap pump.
I was
That
like,
is
this
insane.
is disgusting.
Yeah.
And I complain about it every time I go back to my office.
Yeah.
I'm like, I count at least 3 fucking filthy
Can't trust these
animals
shop.
that didn't wash their hands
Can't
when I was
trust
in the
them.
bathroom.
Cannot trust them.
Luckily,
Yeah.
the bathroom doors at my office has like the foot handles
Yo.
that you can use
Yeah.
your foot insteed of using your hands. I'm like,
Yeah.
bless.
I can't remember how happy it made me the first time I saw that.
Human
on the bathroom
evolution.
door. I was like,
Human evolution.
I saw my first one at the zoo on Sunday. I was so happy. I was like, they made this for me. They had
Yeah.
me in mind specifically.
Yeah.
Human evolution.
We were represented.
Big brain
I was happy.
thinking over here.
Big brain. This is why we are beyond have evolved.
right. These big brain, mega
brains and
squiggly
blonde.
minds
Mega squiggly lines. I like it. I like it. Picasso.
conquering
next
the
question.
knuckle
Sorry,
dragging Neanderthals.
Picasso. I told you we weren't going to get through half these questions.
I'm determined.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's funny.
disgusting.
Tell me,
Getting
has
heated, bro. Sorry.
your personality or character changed or stayed the same from being younger to being a functional adult?
Oh, functional. That's debatable.
Bill.
That's really cute. You're fishing for compliments, or you're just feeding me
I
compliments.
got you
over
today.
Here.
I got
Yeah.
you today.
So I would say really not much has changed. Other,
Ironically.
yeah, really no. We're emotionally, mentally stunted over here. I think what has stayed the same is like my capacity for like kindness and like patience. And I think my confidence and like the ability to like live in my authentic truth has changed a lot. Like I'm a lot more like outwardly goofy, whereas before I was like a lot more reserved. I'm a lot more like comedic and like camp now. Like cringe is dead. Like I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I was happy to learn
agree.
about what camp means in my graphic design class when I was like 23. That was the first time I ever like even heard what being campy means, and or even being like kitsch. I think it's kitsch in art, and it's just satire. Like not it's just satire, but it was great learning that. And yeah, like being, I don't want to say cliche, but like being tropes, like we always kind of have an aversion to tropes, but like that's kind of the reality of nature. Like that's why we call them tropes, because they keep happening to literally everyone in all of our lives, every single one of us. So it's not something to like shy away from and be scared of. Like, oh my God, I can't even, this aspect of romance, this aspect of life or hope or shame or disgust or disappointment. Like all these things have been felt before by someone. Don't feel that guilt. Like you're not allowed to go through those things. Embrace it and express your true self more.
Yeah, agreed.
That's powerful.
Like I've taken into my corniness. I'm very corny.
And I love it.
Yeah. Listen, I'm very corny. I'm very goofy. I don't hide anything.
Yeah.
Especially with people that I love. Oh man, super corny all the time. I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I'll give you compliments. Let you know how things are going in my life. All that cool, all that corny, cutesy shit. I'm with it.
You're so wonderfully authentic.
Well, you have to. You don't know when you're gonna see anybody again.
Dude,
the days are numbered,
man.
The days are short. Life is ephemeral. I'm not wasting no more time. Yeah.
I can't snap. Insert snapping noises, please.
Yeah, insert snapping.
Like half snap.
Yeah, I'm not wasting no more times with my loved ones, man. I'm going all in. Yeah,
I feel that.
Nah, especially since like all of us want to move.
Facts. Yeah, everybody trying to get the fuck out of here.
So again, my comrades, when we move. Sorry, I can't do the voice. So funny, friends. I keep doing the voice. I'm sorry. So friends, when we go up to the door. Later.
When we start the cult.
No, damn it, stop it, no.
Hey, I'm just being honest. We can get more marketing material out of like cult. Like it's in fashion right now.
Not marketing material. Oh,
we can market our commune and cult.
I'm making guys.
Communism's in right now.
I'll make a nice logo for it, bro. Get a nice like sickle and hammer. True. I mean, sword and shield.
Sickle and hammer.
Sorry, that's not any better. Sorry, continue. Sorry.
We can appeal to the traditionalists. It's fine.
Communist pigs.
My comrades, capitalist dogs will never see it coming. I'm sorry.
Say this is equipment bought off Amazon.
Sorry.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, FBI.
Actually, this is from B&H.
It's not a joke for legal reasons. It's not a joke.
FBI agent John, I'm very sorry. Don't listen to
I'm not.
God damn it.
Allegedly.
My FBI agent knows me very well. I'm on some list. If I'm not, I'm so disappointed.
Yes. I get it. Speaking of capitalist dogs, have you felt more inclined to be like politically, averse to the things that are going on as you've grown older?
So
do you think you have to be more well versed in the political system?
I've always been very hyper evolved, even as a teenager.
Talk to.
If anything, I've kind of felt a little bit of a need to pull back. Burnout is real. Like, I don't want to sound like one of those like political hipsters, but like I've been saying the sky is falling since I was like 16. And the sky has fallen. What do you want me to do? Like, I've warned y'all. Like, I've been saying this stuff. Nobody listened to me. Like, people would point fingers at me and be like, feminist. I'm like, yeah. And it would be like before it was cool to be like a feminist and stuff like that. And so like I'd get like the like bleeding heart liberal, like dirty hippie type like accusations was like true. But like, hey, like
Chicken Little was a prophet.
Yeah. And so now that like, every worst possible outcome has occurred, like I feel the need to just kind of pull back right now. Like I know what's happening. It's fine. We have very limited choices anyway.
True.
So I am temporarily kind of taking a pull back, but unless presented with other options.
What can you do?
But I've always been hyper evolved, especially since, up until like a year plus ago, I was looking to enter the legal field. Right. I've always been very hyper involved.
You had to be involved if you were.
Yeah. You think voting is effective?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Why do you think there's such a push for taking away our voting rights, and there's such a push for voter suppression and gerrymandering? It's effective. It's an effective tool of the state to keep us ignorant and to take away our power. Voting absolutely helps. Like, even if you feel like voting for a president isn't effective and doesn't really do any meaningful change on a local level.
Local ones,
the people who get into your local government, they make a huge difference.
Absolutely.
Like from your clerks to your judges, like your judges, especially.
Massive. Oh my God,
Massive.
In some states, I don't know if it's some or all
Judges
states.
like the main ones.
Yeah, and like, listen, as somebody who's worked closely with these judges that have been voted into our county, like, there are some people I'm surprised have been voted into the positions that they're in, and like it was a preventable thing. They didn't have to be there if people voted and actually were conscientious of what they were voting for.
It's difficult because you don't have the information on these people.
Nope,
because they just kind of pop up on your ballot.
Yeah.
No.
And if you don't take the time to do the research to understand who they are, go through their history, and you have to do that for a lot of people.
For sure.
That's what kind of makes people just like, this person's black. I'm gonna choose them.
No, man, and thanks
This
to
person's
gerrymandering, we like,
Latin.
don't have like ads from both sides, any sides coming to all locations.
Right.
Like I only ever get Democratic anything come into our address. I don't get anything about the Republican Party. I'm not saying I want to, but I am saying it's kind of frustrating when the local elections are the ones that matter, because the more, small instances of culture change happening in the state, this whole state eventually changes. But gerrymandering screwed us all over. And so like now we're in the situation.
Palm Beach
where
County flipped red, which was insane. That hasn't happened in a very long time.
blew my mind.
And like another example of like why voting matters is, how many times we've dropped the ball previously on medical marijuana within the state of Florida. We could have had this a very long time ago if we had enough people who actually voted.
Yeah.
There was, I think, not the time that it recently passed, in which now we do have medical marijuana. Shout out to medical marijuana with that. But previously, last time it was on the ballot, it may have had the majority vote for yes, but it did not reach the minimum threshold of votes required for votes total, not just for yes, but for yes and no. Like the amount of voters did not show up for the actual election for which people voted in. And so they tossed out that vote, even though it was a yes. It didn't have enough voters in total. So we could have had medical marijuana a long time ago, in which I believe if we had it much earlier, we would have recreational marijuana by now.
Interesting.
I think
So
too.
when you don't show up, this is the consequences of your action. We could have had legal weed by now, but no, y'all didn't show up.
Yeah. You hear that, kids?
Yep.
Show up to your local voting sites. Register the vote. Actually.
True. It's true.
All you youngins, you Gen Zers, register the
But I was
vote.
telling everyone.
They are.
They are.
Now
Yeah.
it's now the generation under them that we have to focus on. Gen Z has been showing up. They're doing an amazing job. They're doing better than we have ever done. We need to give them more credit. We can always tell them show up, but they are a lot more consistent than we are. It is now their younger siblings that we have to appeal to.
Yeah.
You want to know how I know I'm 30? We're having this conversation.
Yeah, I know. We're talking about 2 generations under us. That's insane.
Yeah.
Do your
What's
knees
that
hurt
generation
during this
called?
conversation?
100%. Are you kidding me?
What's the gen after Z called?
I can't
don't
remember. It's
know.
another letter in the alphabet.
Is it back?
I think it's like alpha.
Yeah,
Alpha?
I was gonna ask. Is it
Yeah.
back?
Yeah, because
wrapped around?
my niece, she's 16, so in 2 years she turns 18. Next year she should be able to register to vote because she's born in
Yeah.
February.
Generation Alpha.
Yeah, so Generation
So it
Alpha,
did
they're
wrap
the
back
next
around.
batch of voters.
Gen
early
Alpha.
2010s
Sorry to make this
and the
political.
early to mid 2020s.
No, you're fired. Well, on
Sorry.
a better note,
Sorry.
how has your taste in entertainment changed?
Oh my God, I
stay
have the
the same.
taste of a 13-year-old boy.
I like it.
I like major franchises, especially when it comes to like movies and televisions. I've always been a major franchise girly. I am somebody who is chronically online and involved in multiple fandoms.
Nothing wrong with that.
So that's how it's.
Do you read
always-
fanfics?
Absolutely, I also write them.
Oh God.
we're not gonna talk about those unless you want to
Send-
increase
put
the
the
rating
link.
of your show.
Put the link in the description.
Hell no.
It's right there. It's right there.
I
Don't worry.
orphan. Okay, if you're on AO3, I orphan or anonymize virtually all of my work. You will never see a work attached with my name on it. I have such bad anxiety when it comes to my work. Like I will
Yeah.
write the filthiest thing you can ever imagine,
Yeah.
but it will not have my name on it. I can't live
Do
like
you
that.
have
much
like
power.
a moniker?
A moniker?
Yeah.
Pen name.
like
So
a
I
pen
do
name?
have like my
Pseudonym?
public AO3 account in which you will see like the tamer stuff. I'm okay with like people knowing that it's attached to my name. But like on AO3, you do have the option of orphaning your work, which is just removing your name from it, or posting anonymously, and that is which 99% of the works that I've written are posted under anonymous, or they have been orphaned. You will not find my work.
Yeah, send me a link. I'm sure it's fire.
I hate
I'm
you.
sure it's fire.
What are some of your favorite franchises?
So currently hyper fixating on Stranger Things. That's
Interesting.
Yeah, that's my bread and butter currently. Previously it was Marvel MCU, specifically Captain America.
Flames.
Yeah.
All movies are flames.
For you.
All of the Captain America movies
For
are
you.
absolutely
I'm so happy
phenomenal.
to finally be in the Steve Rogers corner. You have no
I got
idea.
you. Look, we even brought Mjolnir.
I know.
It's all
I
here.
know. He's
It's
so
all
great.
here.
What a good boy.
It's all here. Like, oh my god, man! It's definitely we're about the Marvel.
Before that, what was I into? I used to play video games. I don't anymore. I get motion sickness. But like Square Enix type games, so like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, especially Final Fantasy 7.
All ballers.
Yeah.
Did you play Did you have the chance to try out the new remake of Final Fantasy?
So
7?
I briefly played it, and then my PS4 just kind of malfunctioned, and then some like personal stuff happened with it. With like that video game, I was very close to my brother, and he was obsessed with that video game. He's the one who got me into it, and unfortunately passed away. So
I understand.
I was just like, I can't touch this without my big brother. And like now with the Rebirth trailer coming out today, like I have some big emotions about it.
Yeah.
But like I can't wait. I think the direction they're going in is like very insane.
Yeah,
but I'm
Kind
like
of is.
spoilers, but like I'm looking at multiple timelines here, and I'm so excited, especially since I have no idea what's going on, considering I did not play, and everything I know is like from my Twitter mutuals. That's it.
Oh man,
That's fire.
man.
Yeah, we're probably about the same.
I don't know.
I haven't really grown that much either. Although I am more worried about like financial status and like growing in life. For all intents and purposes,
Oh, yeah.
I'm still kind of the same inside.
Financially, we're not doing so hot. Going to school full time really sucks
I
in
know
this
it.
economy right now.
Yeah, I know it.
Going from a salaried job to
Yeah,
full time school.
yeah,
Ooh, it hurts, bud.
yeah,
It hurts.
yeah. It's a lot, but sometimes you have to make the change.
Yeah,
It's
it's
for the
worth
better.
it. It's worth it. I'll be
for the
making
better.
better money, and I'll have all the freedom and stability to do whatever I
Yeah.
want.
Maybe
So-
not do something you hate.
Oh yeah, no, I love everything that I'm doing so far, except for haircutting, ironically. But I got a cut on my finger.
Oh,
It
War
hurts.
wounds.
Yeah, more wounds.
Talk to me about your romantic capacities.
Great.
What are-
Okay.
What are what
I
are,
scripted this one.
I
Are you
know. What are
ready?
your love languages?
Love-
If you have multiple.
Okay, so in terms of the ones that
Into
I
the mic.
give,
I want everyone
okay,
who's single to hear this.
Well, first off, I'm polyamorous, so I have the capacity for multitudes. Thank you very much. So in terms of the love languages that I love to express to the people I love doing acts of service. I love doing like words of affirmation and quality time. Pretty much all of them, but like I think the two that I engage in the most is physical touch and acts of service. The ones that I like to receive the most are words of affirmation, quality time. I don't know what the other one was. I don't know.
I have Google.
And then the one that like gets me the most like skittish is weirdly enough gifts. I get kind of weirded out with that one. I attract people who like to gift give a lot, and it just I get like really skittish. I'm like, are you trying to buy me? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
It gets a little. It gets me a little jumpy, but I do appreciate that one.
Can you
a
rank them?
Here we
like,
go.
which
Okay.
is the top?
All right,
For me, the top is quality time.
So let me say the 5 so that listeners know what we're talking about. So the 5 love languages: words of affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, quality time, acts of service. Yeah. I have like a top 3, I think. But I don't know about
We'll get to you in a
all of them,
second.
maybe,
Can you
I
rank them?
guess.
Okay. Acts of service.
Okay.
Quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation. I think words of affirmation and physical touch are tied though. They have to go hand in hand. And then the last one is gift giving. I'm very good at that one. I do like to engage in that one, but I just don't have the finances for it.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. Interesting. And have you been able to find someone to fulfill these in the past?
Yeah.
And that they've changed since, like what were they like 2 years ago compared to now?
Like my love language capacity or the people.
The love language capacity.
They'd say rather consistent. However, due to like experiencing loss, I want to say quality time has definitely like risen up there in rank.
I bet.
Life is very short, tragically short.
I told you. So I'm corny with all my friends.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand. I love giving gifts. That's how I like to show my love. I like giving gifts and I love spending quality time with people. I like to receive also that quality time back. And I also like words of affirmation. Mm-hmm. Those make me very happy because I do things intentionally, and I like to see that they're hitting the marks that I set. So when people tell me things, or if someone I love tell me things that's happening to them that I've done that they appreciate or that's working, I'm like, yes, what I've done, the change that I've made is good.
So, baby girl, if you're listening, take notes.
She
Okay.
she knows who I am. I don't think she knows who I am.
You have to get her
She
listen,
busy.
bro. I get her listen.
She's busy. You can study. It's fine.
Also, I don't think I actually answered the romantic capacity one.
I didn't ask you that. Yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you did. My bad.
Not yet.
It floated up into my brain. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. It's okay.
Overachiever over here.
Yeah. Edward, what are your love languages?
I wouldn't even think I was going to talk about them. Oh, awkward. I was just looking at him, looking at Victor with them.
Victor? Hey, yo.
No, sorry. Damn. I set myself up for these.
Happy
I
Pride.
set myself up for these.
Be who you are.
My top 3 is probably physical touch, quality time, and words of affirmation. I don't really care for like receiving gifts and acts of service as like a priority. I don't know. I just don't see that as a love language needed. If they do it, I'm not going to be like, how dare you give me a gift? LOL, free is my favorite flavor. Okay, so that's amazing. And I'll be very happy. Thank you. And I will appreciate it properly.
Yeah.
But know that like it's just not even mildly necessary for
Gifts
me.
are weird because people react to gifts differently. So
Precisely my point.
You have to know your audience.
Precisely.
I like to give gifts because I like to show it as like I like to show people that I've been listening to them, or that I see them, or that I understand the situation that they're in. Like, here's something to calm you down. Hey, I heard you wanted this, without them having to ask, because I think that's love.
Yeah,
For me, it is.
for sure.
So without them having to ask, I want them to understand that I'm paying attention to you.
sure.
So I give gifts to people.
For sure. I'd not argue, but I definitely say it's also tied to like an acts of service type of thing too. Because not that like giving gifts, like, I don't know, inherently kind of is an act of service.
It is,
you know, knowing what they want, knowing what makes them feel good. So, like, again, like all 5 of these are something that should be in all relationships to a degree.
Yes.
But of course, I don't know. My preference is like touch time and like just talking to each other. Like those are powerful things for me. You know, I talk all the goddamn time. So like if a person's like, oh, I don't really like talking that much, like
You're going to have a bad time with me.
It's gonna be a rough relationship. I'm sorry. Like, I'm letting you know right now. Like if you're a person who's like, because like you could be an introvert and still like and like be passionate about things that you like,
Right?
You know, and like you will talk happily about the things that you love. But if you're outright a person who's like, yeah, I actually just don't like talking much. Can you just like stay over there and like, you know, just touch me and like things, but like nah, just stay.
How do you function? Like, do you not like the person you're with? Like,
That's what
that's
seems
really weird.
You know, like you're supposed to be like best friends, I feel.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
a little bit.
if you're trying to like be a relationship. So I feel like you guys would be able to like, talk about like anything and like communicate like, oh, yo, this thing's hilarious. Like that to me is literally like just talking, quality time.
Right.
You know, just being in like the, like, what's it called? Parallel play. I love that.
I love that. No,
Right?
yes, exactly. Like, it's one thing, like, you know, like I get it. Like if you love somebody enough to feel safe enough with them to just do nothing and say nothing the entire time, I get, like, that's great. I get that, but I don't think that's sustainable for every day. Like you have to interact and actively date with and interact with the person you want to be with. Like you gotta put forth a little bit of effort. Parallel play, like you can just both be in the same room doing your own thing and occasionally acknowledging the other person's existence. Just like, hey, cutie
That
over
is,
there,
like one of my
love
favorite
you.
things. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. Like knowing the other person exists is one of the nicest things. Like just being in the area and like you turn and like they're there.
It's just like a breath of fresh air.
It's a great feeling, man. Like that's a beautiful thing. Like you're like, man, I'm a human again.
Thanks
this
for
is
being
life.
here.
And then you turn and you're like, damn.
Oh, my favorite thing during
Stay still
parallel
here.
play is like surprising me with like a little plate of food, like little fruit and cheese, and like, here you go. I'm gonna go do my own thing now. Like that's the best. Like, how do you
cute.
not want to do that?
We
for
had
people?
Sammies last weekend.
Oh,
We got public Sammies.
Little pub subs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so precious.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Hubs are so good.
I love
Very
that
good.
for you.
Yeah, very good
Those are
time.
very good
Very good
subs.
time. Victor, what are your love languages?
You're so quiet.
Victor's always quiet. What are your love languages, Victor? What do you think?
For sure, quality time, touch, and access service. For sure.
There's one, two, three. Top ranked.
Ooh,
It's tough.
it is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think quality time is definitely one, and then access service and touch are like
Kind of the same.
it depends on how charged my social battery is.
Nah, sometimes you cannot touch me. Do not touch me.
I'm like I am on E.
Yeah.
Please let me recharge.
Yeah.
And
I
then
understand.
what were the other ones? I know one was gift giving and words of affirmation. Yeah. I mean, gift giving is whatever. I'm usually not the type to like gifts. I like giving the gifts, and it's pretty much the same with words of affirmation. I'm like, I'll compliment you all the time, but when I get them, I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I get it. Rowan, do you have the capacity for like a romantic love right now?
Oh, that's so funny. That's so cute. Like I don't know if like we got it on camera or audio earlier, but I mentioned how some of these questions were like my therapist would love to know
Yes.
personally.
I don't know if we did. Yeah.
So the answer to that is yes, I do have the capacity for love. However, it is the hardest part about that is like actually like letting it in and being vulnerable enough for it.
Tough decision.
Yeah, once I have trust and everything, like full capacity, like right now, like absolutely, I could do it. It's just like, can someone actually break through that wall? You know, that's it's a little bit difficult, but absolutely, I have the capacity for love. I always do. Just will I let it in?
It's a little sad that we have to develop walls, though.
No, not at all. And I think that's important. I think it's extremely important to be able to create boundaries that you are confident in having and comfortable in having. And I think our country has done a horrible job at allowing us to have those boundaries. I tell people all the time at the museum, only in the last like 20, 30 years has it actually seemed like our country wants women to actually stand up for themselves. And I know I say that right now while we deal with like the issues of Roe v. Wade being, taken away and like, but like, I tell people all the time, 100 years ago, one person ago was the suffrage movement. Like that was very different than like where we are now. Like, there's a lot of progress. So like only recently have we even gotten like the capability to even start like actually putting up boundaries and like have the ability to defend, like to keep those boundaries. For a long time, like in the country, white women did not have boundaries against white men. They just, that was a horrific thing. And like, that was the truth,
They were an extension of property.
So like when we're looking at how that mentality then shifts and evolves over a country where like the rulers of the country completely believe no one else is allowed to have boundaries, but I have to own my boundary. That's going to shape how we feel about boundaries.
Well, a boundary and a wall are two different things.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I'm not arguing against a boundary.
The wires are crossed in my brain over here.
I'm not arguing your boundary point. That's why I let you talk.
Sorry, because I feel like a boundary is a wall sometimes.
No,
like
it doesn't have to be. I think a wall is developed when you experience something unsavory in your life and you've blocked that part of your heart or that experience kind of ruined you in a way to where you don't open up to other people because of
something traumatic.
Yeah, something traumatic because of the fear of like what might happen.
I see.
From that
I
person
apologize.
as well.
In my head, I called it a blocker.
Right.
So I didn't think of it as a wall.
Yeah.
My bad. I understand.
No, you're
what
fine.
You're saying that.
Your point is correct. I think it's sad that it's hard for us to get over some of those
That
things.
crap's hard.
Yeah.
We're getting better at talking about
Therapy.
relationship, dude. We're
Someone I
getting
know
better.
has a therapist.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sanctuary of Wellness in Boca Raton.
Yeah. Shout out to them. We went to the little thing the other day.
It was really cute.
That was nice.
We got our chakras kind of banged in alignment.
What was that? Literally. What was that?
Not that way, like via sound bowls.
Like,
All right,
via sound bowl. We had what was it? A sound
bath.
Sound healing? Sound bath?
Healing, yes.
We had like a sound healing.
That's interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
I've heard of those.
It went too long.
Just a tad,
It went too long for me.
Yeah, I think like 10 minutes would have been a good cap. I think we endured that for like 20.
Yeah, it was like 20, 25.
All that. Yeah.
It was a lot.
I don't know about all that. Because when you're like heightened into and like focusing on the moment. Bro, 10 minutes is a long
my back
time.
was hurting because we were sitting on the ground.
Oh, yeah. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's just that
It do be hurt.
I wish it was like 10 minutes.
It do be hurt.
It would have been fine for like 15, you know?
No, 15 is pushing it. 10 minutes is the max
I think
for that.
10 would have been good. I gave 15 as a grace period. It was cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Those bowl things were really really dope.
I felt like
just-
my pineal gland was getting decalcified there.
Right. But it was a lot. It was long. Edward, please be mature.
I was being sarcastic,
Be
but
mature, Edward.
Yes. Getting decalcified.
that's a whole thing in the new age community. It's
That's amazing. I gotta Google that later. Sorry.
You have a pineal gland.
That's amazing. Not like if I have a penal. Oh my God.
I would hope you have a pineal gland.
Yeah, come on, bro. Get it together.
Get yours removed at Claire's via the free.
Claire's.
I'm getting them back real cheap. Easy. Honestly, might get it for free. Who knows?
My favorite piercing to get from Claire's is the lobotomy.
Wow. When we start doing Claire
It's
ads.
the best one. It's the best one. Honestly, they love it.
That's hilarious.
You can also get top surgery at Claire's during Pride Month. It's a very limited time offer promo that they got going on.
Yeah.
Claire's, the classics. Truly the classics.
Not the classics.
My God.
Rowan, what's your biggest goal for the future? Let's say this year.
This year for 2023.
We're about halfway through.
Shit, man.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I don't graduate until January. I don't get my license until January. So honestly, just make it through beauty school. I'm seeing girlies drop out left and right in this program.
It's tough.
The term beauty school dropout is real.
Yeah. Any accelerated program is extremely tough.
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be better to ask of like for like a 3 or like a 5 year?
Yeah, that's a lot better. Thank
Right?
you.
Like,
Yeah.
What do you? How do you see yourself?
I want to make it realistic.
Realistic. Right now, there's really not much other than like find a job that's compatible with my schedule right now. That like gives me a little bit of like play money. That'd be great. But to like answer his question of like 3 to 5 years, hopefully get out of Florida and also have my own like little boutique salon or like a private little salon studio for myself. That'd be the tits. I'd love that.
Fire.
Dude, I've been here move out of Florida from so many friends from every walk of life.
And they're getting exactly what DeSantis wants.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Like he wants every
Yeah.
person of like queerness in any way to move out. And I think it's always funny that like a lot of people of color like take themselves out of like queerness, but don't realize that queer started as other than the norm and like weird, and like people of color are all
Shout out Carpe Nocturne.
automatically queer because the country was made to declare people who are immigrants and like minorities as other than the norm and weird. But then sorry, stop me now. No,
you are
This is another
actually
time.
correct
Sorry.
though, because even
was
like our
cooking.
queer forefounders, like in the queer community, like for Stonewall,
Stonewall, yeah.
you know, the two women who led it, they were women of color.
women of
They
color.
were black and they were Latina.
Exactly. Dude, I can't explain how happy I was when the word intersectionality gained popularity and more people realized, like, wait a second, we can have connected issues. What? Even though you look and are different than me, we might have issues that are the same. What? And nutty. Like,
How I do hate to be that person. It's like, well, actually, so there has been a co-opt from the fleshed colored people to kind of co-opt the term intersectionality and apply it to themselves.
Like
Originally, the term intersectionality actually came from Black women and where they sit in society in terms of the different spaces that they're able to occupy, be it queerness, you know, their gender, their race, their income and stuff like that. So it did come from Black women, and it's primarily supposed to be applied to Black women, but they graciously allowed the rest of us to use it, and it applies to the rest of us. But now I think there's a little bit of a movement to kind of not necessarily like walk away from the term intersectionality, but recognize its roots and allow it to actually apply
start applying more
to that originator right there. Which I think practically everything comes from black women. But.
Listen, I mean,
talk to them.
Talk
to them.
Listen,
Shout out my sisters.
I don't want to say 100% of like all that exists does, because I mean, we wouldn't be blinking. We wouldn't be breathing.
Black women.
We went to the moon because of black women. What are you talking about?
Quite literally. From up above to down below, we've been there because of black women. We just saying out here.
Black women.
I love you. So, I love you, black women.
We out here.
Love you, black women.
God bless.
Gotcha.
That's true.
Wrong button.
But also...
wrong button. Wrong button. I think this is the button. Yeah, it's the button. Rowan?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
Even though I drove you, I appreciate you actually letting me pick you up and get in the car.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for being
You let me talk and hear
first-
the sound of my own voice for like an hour straight. You have no idea what this means to me.
It'll be great.
I got all the attention. This is great.
And you can listen back to this for years to come.
I know.
All right.
Love this for me.
If you all love Rowan, you can follow our podcast, A Lot About Pod, or listen to this on your favorite podcasting app on Friday. So tomorrow.
That's
Your favorite podcasting app tomorrow.
Good luck.
You can also watch us on YouTube, hopefully on Saturday. I'm a little busy on Saturday, but hopefully you can watch us on Saturday. We have 2 more episodes until we take a very long break just to revamp things, switch things up, and hopefully change the way things are done. If we come back and we acting brand new, that's because we are.
Rebranding.
Rebranding. Follow us at A Lot About Pod. That won't change. You can follow us at A Lot About Pod. Follow us at A Lot About Pod on your favorite socials. And gentlemen, fellas, please.
I have no idea what he's doing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jesus Christ.
I ain't saying that.
I heard you say
These guys might not be here when we come back.
Can I take their spot?
Might be a whole new crew.
Bye. Have a
You can
wonderful
expand
time.
to the queer audience. Just bring me in permanently. You can appeal to the quear mentally ill folks.
Perfect.
Like we do nothing but listen to shit on repeat. You want views? I got you.
Rowan, I'm drawing the contract up now.
All the neurospicy.
All right. It's Live About Nothing. Thank you for listening. Peace.
Bye.
Oh, true. He is. He's writing up right now. Is that word? Oh, he does have it up.
Jeez.
I can't.
Bye. Have a
My
wonderful
people will
time.
talk to your people. Bye.